Hello my beauty buddies. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I did 3 different looks, kind of from everyday daytime to a little bit more glammed up like this one here, to show you how versatile I think this palette is. Yes, it does not have a typical matte transition color in here, but what I found works really well is I'm using some of the shimmer colors as a transition. Now, I've got a hooded eye. I keep away from keeping like a light shimmer, up here on my brow bone because that just pulls it forward and makes my, eye look real heavy and weird, my eyes small, and I don't like that. But if I just bring it up to about this point, it's great. So what I've been using in this palette is I've used Sacred Heart, I have used Martyr, I have used Sanctuary, Chalice, and if I just use those with a light hand, I'm finding those are working great kind of up in that area to blend in with the Amen that I've been generally putting up on my brow bone. And then the rest of the colors are just fun, fun, fun. So I'm going to show you how I did those 3 looks. It's laid out like this. I know it's not your typical grouping where it's really easy to see looks, but it kind of makes you get adventurous. I kind of started throwing things together I probably wouldn't have thought of if it was all grouped perfectly for me. So I've been really, really enjoying this. One other thing real quickly to look at, the metal matte, that she had that came out not too long ago. And let's see, before that I think it was Pastel Goth, right? It's got this guy. And then I'm looking at the more colorful palettes now. And then La Vida Loca. I think this one was laid out the easiest for people to use because, you've got everything kind of grouped. Well, same thing with this one too. It's pretty grouped by color. So these 2 were easier to follow, but I think really if you just dive into this and start playing with it and having fun and just kind of build up, you could even use Immaculate up in that area. And if you just lightly buff out, what I did is I just try to use a very light hand as I go higher. And I'll often just have a fluffy brush handy, to just touch up and make sure, well, it's not really that fluffy, like this, to just, kind of buff things out. So I have a hooded lid and I've been having great success with this, I think. So hopefully you enjoy the looks. Let me know what you think. Now the first look is just kind of a casual everyday look. So I'm going to start with Amen. Next I'm going to go in with Chalice. Now for a bit of Martyr. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Amen. And then just a touch more of Martyr, just right here. Here comes look number 2. I'm going to start out by dipping into Amen here, this kind of fairly off-white eggshell color. I like using that under the brow bone pretty much whenever I use this palette. It's a really nice matte. Next, I'm going to put a little layer of Baptism on my lid. Next, I'm going to take Sacred Heart. Next, I'm going in with Sanctuary right here. Next, I'm going to take Cathedral right here with my finger, or you can use a brush if you want, but I like the effect of using your finger. Now I'll add a little Slice of Heaven. Now I'm going to go underneath my lower lashes with a little bit of Worship. I don't go very far in because I don't have the most giant eyes and they're hooded, so I try to keep any emphasis like this on the outside. Here's the finished look. I went with larger lashes for this look, and I added some silver liner. This is one of the ColourPop gel liners underneath just to add a little bit more extra oomph. Now I'll go ahead and start my 3rd look. I'll start out by putting some Amen. Next, I'm going to use Relic. Next, I'm going to go in with Vestament here. I'm going to blend that in a bit more. Now I'm going to use my finger and take a little bit of this Ministry. I'm going to blend a little bit. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Heaven, put it in my inner corner. I'm going to take a bit of the Vestament and go under my eye. And I'm going to add a little bit of the Relic. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of Amen one more time and clean up my brow bone. And here's the final look. I really love it. So to end this video, I wanted to let you know what I think of the palette. Yes, we have a fourth look going here. Let me tell you really quickly what happened. I couldn't find the ending to this video, so I had to reshoot it, and I thought, heck, I'll do another look. So I went a little bit more rocker kind of looking for this one, and what I did, just real fast so you have it, I don't have video of me putting it on, but I went ahead and I used Stigmata, basically as if I would, just use a transition color above the crease, kind of blended that out. I went ahead and then went in with Rosary and added that kind of more into the crease and a little bit above. And then I went with Sabbath. I deepened up the crease and the outer V. I then used just a little bit of Amen to kind of blend in and use on the brow bone. And then I used a wet brush with Relic, and I used a wet brush with Heaven for the lid. I did not use a glitter glue. I did use just the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which is what I usually use. Overall, I've really enjoyed all these shades. A few of them are maybe a little bit more crumbly than others. The only two that I think that I would have to use glitter glue with would be if I used Absolution and Rapture. Overall, I'm reaching this palette. I'm really enjoying using it. I think the design is great. The pricing on it is excellent. I mean, it's $62, which I know isn't inexpensive, but there's so much product in here that I believe it ends up being like $2.50 or $2.60 per gram, which actually in the scheme of things is really, really good. I think the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones are over, I think, $4 a gram. I don't remember exactly, but I know they're pretty darn high. Highly recommend this. Probably not the best palette for a beginner, but any makeup lover or someone who has a lot of neutral shades. If you got the Naked palette, number 1 or 2 or whatever last year, this would probably be a really fun addition. I'm still enjoying this, even though I have the last couple years of Kat Von D holiday palettes, because I find it to be very different. Highly recommend this. Probably not the best palette for a beginner, but any makeup lover or someone who has a lot of neutral shades. If you got the Naked palette, number 1 or 2 or whatever last year, this would probably be a really fun addition. I'm still enjoying this, even though I have the last couple years of Kat Von D holiday palettes, because I find it to be very different. Obviously there's, a lot of what I think almost everything in that first La Vida Loca palette is pretty much matte. And then there's Metal Matte that had metals and mattes. And here we've got, even more kind of the shimmers and glimmers and all that good stuff. So I kind of like the buffet of Kat Von D I have going here. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or evening wherever you are.